Hi, welcome to smartQED's talk on IT operations in the age of artificial intelligence. Today you'll be joined by smartQED's VP of Customer Solutions, their lead data scientist for a casual talk on the state of the IT ops industry and where it's going next. First, let's begin with a brief introduction from our speakers. Terry, would you like to begin?
Sure. My name is Terry Gallagher. I spent the bulk of my career in corporate IT development, support, and DevOps at companies such as Sun Microsystems, Blue Coat Systems, and Rambus. I've been a crisis manager tasked with running the war room and facilitating the restoration of services for major outages and priority one incidents. Over the years, I've used many ITSM tools and methodologies to assist in managing these types of events. Some of the more notable are the ITIL framework, Six Sigma, ServiceNow, Jira, Confluence, and others. I've lived and breathed these problems for decades, and I'm very interested in finding new ways to improve the lives of those who are tasked with troubleshooting and resolving these types of issues. Although there are some great tools out there, I believe there is much room for improvement. Lauren, tell us a little about your experience and background.
Well, I'm Lauren Washington, and I'm the lead data scientist and machine learning developer here at smartQED. My career-driven passions have always revolved around data, statistical programming, and teaching the next wave of data scientists. My bachelor's is in economics from Spelman College, and my master's, my master's is in the quantitative methods and the social sciences from Columbia University. And I've always worked at data-centric companies such as Google, Nielsen, and the National Opinion Research Center. I've been really excited about finding a specialty in data science, and now that I've landed on natural language processing and artificial intelligence, I think that this is a perfect merger with my talents and the things that smartQED is trying to achieve. So thank you, Terry, for your introduction. Would you like to get started on talking about IT ops?
Definitely.
Okay, so would you please explain to our audience some of the biggest problems you faced in IT ops since you've been in the industry for so many years?
Sure. So despite having lots of tools at our disposal, there's still major challenges to deal with when working to resolve urgent IT incidents. So many of the tools that we have are primarily text-based. So there's a lot of time consumed entering notes and case management tools, emails, chats, and the like. So collaboration, handovers, knowledge reuse, reporting, both real time as well as post-resolution, are big pain points.
Okay. No, I hear you. That's really interesting. But with different tools such as email, chats, even Jira and ServiceNow, what do you think is missing currently?
Yeah, so those types of tools with email, messenger threads, case management tracking systems, they all have a serial or a linear flow. So this does not lend itself to quickly absorbing information. So effective collaboration requires keeping all interested parties engaged and informed as the problem investigation progresses. So a common complaint I hear is that nobody knows what each other is doing. Oftentimes, team members perform their troubleshooting and recovery tasks without communicating their findings or actions. And even when they do provide updates in their tool, others may not read or comprehend their notes, or they need to read through a lot of text to find like one relevant nugget of information. Real-time status communication is another challenge. Keeping stakeholders updated is crucial, and yet you want your engineers focused on resolving the problem with as few interruptions as possible. And the larger the team, the more distributed they are, the bigger the challenge becomes.
Okay. Well, I think we've all experienced those pain points as well in the workplace. No, you mentioned something about handover as well. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. So simply put, the purpose of a handover is to convey to the people that are coming on shift what findings and actions have been completed for a given incident case and what troubleshooting or actions remain. So a shared understanding is key. And typical handovers involve a reasonably senior engineer to describe in writing the incident, problem symptoms, who was involved, investigation activities already performed, along with those related findings, and then some kind of a go forward plan. This is all very time consuming and often not well done.
It seems you're saying that knowledge reuse is also difficult. I had the impression that companies already have internal knowledge bases within tools like Confluence and ServiceNow. So can you talk a little bit about the challenges you faced?
Sure. So these tools are great for creating knowledge articles after a problem's been resolved and to document common procedures and such. The challenge with knowledge bases and their related articles is that they are, again, mostly free-form text, and they typically employ various search methods so they can be found using keywords and phrases or categories and such. Oftentimes you have to slog through multiple knowledge articles to find one that is relevant to your current issue. So on the one hand, there's an information or data overload problem, and on the other hand, useful information tends to be elusive. So in my experience, a high percentage of knowledge articles are never even read. So that begs the question, is it really worthwhile to spend so much time documenting these issues in this way? So, I've hammered on several of these pain points, but, what types of solutions would be an improvement? So I'd say something along the lines more visually oriented tools requiring minimal text input to allow people to absorb information much more quickly than having to read through reams of text. And tools that apply machine learning and AI, when properly deployed, can identify the most relevant information regardless of what format it's in. So Lauren, would you talk about how technologies such as machine learning and AI can help solve these particular pain points within IT ops?
Sure. Well, if knowledge reuse is a major pain point, then gathering intelligence as problems are being solved and using tools such as natural language processing and similarity measurements would be a great place to start. The results from this analysis can provide solution recommendations to IT operators to help them solve problems.
Thanks, Lauren, and thank you all for joining us in this webinar. At smartQED, we've developed a self-learning, collaborative visual workbench, along with a recommendation engine that suggests possible solutions. What we are building addresses many of the pain points that we've talked about today, and I have personally experienced in my daily work. If you would like to know more about us, you can find us at smartqed.com. We are also in the midst of our crowdfunding campaign to raise our first external round of capital. If you would like to join us in this journey, you can invest as little as $100 using our WeFunder link on the slide. Thanks again for listening.